Hi, this is Tall, and I am trying to attempt to form something to talk about that has to do with the idea of star seeds. This is something that's been very much on my mind this week and coming to the forefront, and those are usually the types of things that I like to bring into when I'm going to do a channeling session with Ra and have these types of things come up. Early on, when I first began practicing channeling and recording it mostly for my own memory's sake, because I like to go as far out as I possibly can, and I tend to remember very, very little after. So this is it's a practice. It's the videotaping, and I decided to share it because, well, I obviously have very little shame and humility left at this point in time. So why not? Who cares? Maybe it can help someone. That's the ultimate. If whatever I'm doing can encourage another person to play around and experiment within their own reality, within the spiritual practices in particular, that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it, is maybe someone else, well, if I can do it, anybody can. Maybe someone else will feel like this too. You learn by doing something, not by not doing it, not by abstaining from it. Nobody gets the idea that a gift drops from the sky and that you just naturally have it. You still have to work with it. Everything has to be worked with through. In other words, you wouldn't be actually in the driver's seat if it wasn't. So everything takes practice, and everything can be learned and accomplished. There's no such thing as I do not believe that there's any such thing as this person has the ability and that one does not. Everyone who has a spirit has the ability. Absolutely everyone. No special attainments. Just willingness to discard old ideas and mindsets and fears, mostly. This is awakening. This is what kind of like happens in the process of it, is a lot of the old ideas that we had about reality kind of tend to fall on the side and slough off, kind of. As far as awakening into the understanding of being a starseed, I personally believe everyone is a starseed. Absolutely everyone. To the degree that one knows this or not is, is what it is. And that's how it goes with these different types of abilities and if you want to call them gifts. I don't really like to use that word because I believe that everyone has them. They just have to find the potential. It's it's like breathing and walking and everything else. If we apply ourselves, we can learn absolutely anything. The understanding of a starseed connection. Now, this is where I have to disagree with a lot of what I see online, is that there are people, it seems like their primary focus is astrology, and astrology is, I'm not an astrologer. I have an amazing, tremendous admiration for it, for the knowledge and everything. I do believe that it is absolutely more than likely that the planets have an interaction with our physical bodies and everything, and our whole reality. Of course they do. They're not separate from this. The bigger picture is everything is connected. I don't have a lot of astrological knowledge, honestly. So, when I hear people saying that you cannot call yourself a starseed unless you've had this birth chart and all these different things done and all this and that, and someone's going to tell you what it is, or you go to a psychic and they're going to tell you you're a Lyran or you're a Angelican or whatever, if it doesn't, the knowledge has to come from you. It has to come from you. Nobody else can give this to you. I guess that's what I want to say about that. I believe very strongly that absolutely everyone has been someplace before, just because we don't remember it, and none of us do, but we can regain this knowledge. We absolutely can. It's like the DNA in a very hard-shelled seed. I'm trying to crack some seeds right now, some really old seeds that are extremely hard shelled, and it's a process. It didn't just like soak in whatever overnight and voila. Old things tend to become solidified and very well protected, so we have to be willing to take down our own guards first of all before we even want to think about what was I before I was, if I wasn't a human being. Not that the body form really even matters, but the idea of the most important thing to get to is the idea that the spirit persists beyond death and has been incarnated more than one time. We've all been somewhere, we're all going somewhere, we all are somewhere to infinite multitudes and degrees. It's tapping into that is the beginning of this. I have had people ask me to give them readings about their starseed lineage and such, and I have done so, and I gave them what I got. I don't know if any of it resonated. I wasn't really, I feel like I would like for them to research for themselves, within themselves, and see what they get. Do some inner meditation work. Look at the faces that present themselves in the dark. It all comes together. It does. Through my contact with Ra, which was something I had to take a chance with. It was a big chance. It's like I'm losing my mind, or this is something that's real going on. But let's just give it the possibility that it might be real, and let's just go with that and see. But we can also decide that, to put things on the shelf if they're not. And that's the way that I was able to navigate through a whole bunch of self-doubt when it comes to exploring. Sorry, yeah, he wants me to stop. Okay, I have to say, I have to go into a meditative state right now because it's like, I'm hearing stop it already. Okay. We're gonna bring something forward about starseeds that my conscious mind talking is not gonna be able to necessarily get to. And this is the beautiful thing about channeling, is that I'm going to allow another spirit to speak through me, who hopefully, I believe, has much more perspective than I do. Okay. I am to say that you are moving through a room at this time. A room meaning a shared, contained space of within multiple elements of reality. Why are you traveling through a room at this moment? Has everything to do with why you are here at this time, to address the issue of where one has been, is to address the soul within. If you can pull your attention inwards and bring your center coming into a single seed within your chest, this is where we will begin. I feel an energy, yellow and white, in nature burning, and this is my seed energy. I feel this. And I feel this in a different area when I begin to move into an operative environment where the reality of others will be affected by the decisions that I make. We will make decisions together, we will not make decisions at all. Why am I in this room at this moment in time? Why am I in this tunnel? Reality is much, much bigger than what your simple eyes and third dimensional understanding can see, and you will find during our entrance that the spirit can find peace within. This will be a time many will find their center as the most valuable place to begin. And this is the only place to begin. I'm back. That I'm still. It takes me a little bit of foggy thing coming out of this thing. Forgive me. So that wasn't. I really didn't want to go with the room thing. I kept seeing this room thing, and I didn't make the connection. I was in the background listening, and I didn't make the connection between the room that I was seeing and someone entering into a room, and he wants me to talk about a room, and it's like I don't want to. But I didn't make the connection about people being confined into their rooms. That's what's interesting about this process. I did not consciously make that connection. So whether you want to believe that Ra is a spirit that comes through me and speaks sometimes better than others and more clear, or whether this is myself, which is also true, it doesn't matter. It's just pretty cool the thing about the room because I hadn't have put that together. It's not cool though, but I think that was a much more relevant address than what I wanted to go with figuring out starseeds and stuff when I first originally intended to start this video. It's a creative process in which we have to be willing to let go of control. Thank you for listening.